We were together for about a year and a half. Two artists, a little out of this world, holding on to something that didn't care about rules, age, or what people call normal. She was much older than me, and somehow that didn't create distance, it created depth. With her, I grew up, not just as a person, as a man. I tried to become someone who could hold her, protect her, and take care of her. But I was young, and love doesn't ask if you're ready. It just arrives and it demands. We lived in the moment, only now. The future felt like a faraway city we didn't have to visit. Everything was closed, intimate, almost sacred. We did nearly everything together like two worlds overlapping until you couldn't see where one began and other ended. We were opposites. She was bright, like a sunlight in a human form. I was quieter, more closed, and still it worked. It was beautiful. I loved her, and I was attached to her in a way that felt like a gravity. And when you lose gravity, you don't simply fall, you shatter. The breakup happened when we started to think about the future. Maybe we were simply too different to build a shared one. She was the one who ended it. At first I could understand her, but after the void came, I just wanted everything back. I couldn't imagine life without her. That was the moment when I really faced myself. My emotional swings were insane. 10 times a day my mood could drop to hell and shoot back up again. And I clearly remember the worst part, this emptiness in my chest. A hollow space that ate me every day. Doesn't matter what I did, it always came back. And it just destroyed me from the inside. When I fixed my broken heart, the hardest thing was doing nothing. Staying home was unbearable. I would go crazy. I had a job back then and I had to work, which actually helped me and annoyed me in the same time. My mind wasn't in a state for anything, but the work still gave me some breaks from my thoughts. This emptiness forced me to move, to do things I hadn't done before. As I said, I was introverted, and I just realized I missed not only her as a person, I also missed qualities that she brought into my life. This energy, this light, this power. I started to fill this empty space with actions. Go out, meet people, do parties, dance, trying out to find myself and my own style. My art also became my cure. I converted pain into action, my suffering into movement. I started building a new version of myself, the one that wouldn't break the same way again. Step by step, with time, this emptiness, it just faded. What should you do when your heart is broken? It's easy for me to say it right now, because I'm not in the same state anymore, but I truly remember how it was in the beginning, and my story is different, it's not yours. It doesn't have to be. But if you're in that place right now, let's look at it honestly. First, yes, it's going to hurt. It's almost impossible to forget someone in a week or even in a month. You will suffer, you will think about it. You will feel bad, and that's normal. Pain doesn't mean you're weak, it means that you truly felt something. Don't run from the truth. Your soul needs a recovery. the same way as body needs time after an injury. Second, what exactly hurts? Someone leaving or you changing? When you lose someone, you don't just lose the person, you lose an identity. You no longer this guy with that girl, and that's why mind panics. If I am not that person anymore, who am I? That's why your confidence drops. That's why you feel like nothing, but that's not true. You don't become worse just because you're alone. Third, loneliness is brutal, but it's also clarity. After being with someone, being alone feels empty. You wanna share every moment of your life, and suddenly everything becomes so unfamiliar. But that's exactly the moment when you start hearing yourself again. What you think, what you feel, what you want. Use it as an advantage. Now you can move freely, meet new people, try new things, build new version of yourself. The person who is alone is truly the person who can grow. Fourth, loss creates space. Use it on a purpose. When we lose something, slot opens for a new goal. Maybe you don't have this person anymore, but ask yourself honestly, was it truly something what I need for my life? For me, I made it simple. My next relationship I gonna start only with the person in who I can see my future wife, the mother for my kids. It should be someone who takes care of herself physically, mentally, and spiritually, like I do. But the key question here is not the least. The key question is, what am I going to do right now to deserve this kind of person? That's where growth lives. And finally, don't be a victim. Don't be someone who is poor and forsaken. You're not like that. Yes, life pushes, it hurts, but you're not a victim. You're the person who learns how to stay in the storm and how to steer through it. Right now it can be almost impossible to see something positive because pain narrows your vision. When you are inside it, it feels like your whole reality, but it isn't like that. A broken heart, it isn't the end of the love. It's the end of an old version of you. If you don't run away from the pain, if you keep moving, if you stay honest, one day you wake up and notice something simple. You're breathing easier, you're thinking clearer, you're standing stronger. Not because you forgot, but because you grew through it. And when you meet life again, with your own strength, your own light, and your own direction, you will understand what hurts you didn't kill you, it rebuilt you.